Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Salmon17. Man, it's been so long since I did a video, hasn't it? Things have been kind of hectic lately because of coronavirus and its new quarantine rules. It's been kind of really troublesome, so I apologize if my hair is kind of a mess and it has become longer, so yeah. So, enough about that, let's talk about something. This is going to be a short video, I assure you, and I'm going to talk about something anime related. Surprise, I know, because talking about anime for me, talking about anime nowadays, especially on YouTube, is really hard with the whole censorship and with the whole censorship and with the whole political agendas and whatnot, stupid like that, things like that. And I wanted to talk about something. Some of you might be surprised, and if you read the title of the video, I got Cowboy Bebop, the complete series on DVD, and I'm gonna watch Cowboy Bebop anime for the very first time. Now, some of you might think, how do you watch Cowboy Bebop for the first time? It's a classic, how do you not know it? And I'm gonna explain it why I'm watching Cowboy Bebop for the first time and now and stuff like that. Now, of course, some of you might say, why not just watch it through Netflix or streaming service? And here's why it's the problem. As you guys know, Netflix recently released Cowboy Bebop live action series, and no one asked for that, honestly. And second of all, I'm not gonna spend money for a streaming service every month, especially for a streaming service that basically says yes to a movie they released called Cuties. So I'm not gonna spend my money on it. So for me, streaming services is out of the question. And second of all is that if you guys don't know, I'm a huge collector of physical media, especially when it comes to animation. I'm a big animation fan, and the fact that I'm also spending money to buy anime on physical media is something I did not expect to do, but I'm doing it because anime is also part of animation, and I also want to, support the original creators, the original merchandise of it as much as possible. Of course, nowadays it's kind of hard to, with the whole Funimation Crunchyroll thing, it's really hard to, to support anime legally, because with the whole censorship things, with the whole woke BS and many other things, Twitter and whatnot, and it's kind of, and things have been kind of crazy. So with Cowboy Bebop, I'm gonna first check out like the first 2 episodes maybe, because unlike most animes that have like over 100 episodes, 10, 20 seasons or whatnot, Cowboy Bebop is one of those rare animes that only has like 26 episodes total, and I'm like, this is the amount of the amount of episodes that a single season has. And I think Cowboy Bebop is an anime that only ran for 1 season, and that is kind of surprising. But of course, the anime is not very long, and I think the show. I think the manga is longer, I believe, but I don't know, because Cowboy Bebop is one of those questionable animes. Like I said, it's kind of hard. I did not grow up watching it, and it's because the third reason why I'm watching Cowboy Bebop anime is because I did not grow up with Toonami. It never aired in my country, and and Cowboy Bebop was like a mystery to me. For me, anime knowledge is very minimal for me. The only things anime related I grew up with are the 4Kids versions of anime, like for kids dubbings of anime like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon, Beyblade, and many other things. So I did not grow up with shows like Cowboy Bebop or the original Naruto as a kid, and considering how well received this anime is, Cowboy Bebop, it's actually one of the most highly rated animes in Toonami, next to the original Naruto's anime series. And the fact that it's so well known and popular, I wanted to check it out for myself and probably say my own thoughts, what I think of it. And looking at the art style, like look. There, the art style of the anime itself, like there's a cute corgi, which I think I know there's gonna be some comedy as well in the anime, like most animes do. But if you guys don't know, the anime is not rated. It's rated 15, so it's not exactly meant for kids. So the fact that there's some, So some of you guys don't know about Toonami. Toonami was, when the Cartoon Network back then, I actually grew up with Cartoon Network, but I did not grow up without Toonami. Like I said, it did not air in my country because I think it has to do with regional stuff. So some regions did not have Toonami airing on certain Cartoon Network programming, so that kind of sucks. But originally Toonami was more like a separate TV block for teens that want to get into a Japanese animation, anime basically. So a lot of people during Toonami time grew up with so many animes that are more for teenagers than they are for kids, more like teens or adults maybe, because I don't know, because adults, I know certain adults during the 90s and 2000s basically still look at animation as just kids stuff, which really pisses me off, but what can you do? But Cowboy Bebop, and there were so many animes more than Cowboy Bebop on Toonami. There were like, there were even non-anime stuff like Totally Spies, and even Code Lyoko, which is another anime show I did not grow up watching. And like I said, there's so many stuff in animation that I can't see them all, despite the fact that my Twitter name is I Love Animation, basically more like good quality animation, more specifically. But like I said, there's so much stuff for animation that I can't see them all. Basically, it's the same thing for gaming as well. Like, I can't play every single game that exists because there are so many games I can't like see them all or play them all. And considering how much time moves forward, I don't. Sooner or later, I probably have a job or something, and I will have less time to do video games and watching anime shows or something like that. But yeah, that kind of sucks. So yeah, but Toonami was like a teen block for like a television block meant for teenagers. And I heard that Cowboy Bebop English dub is actually really good. Like Spike Spiegel, the main character, all the main characters' names are written down there, aside from putting the voice actors. But Spike Spiegel, the main character, is actually voiced by Steve Bloom, the same guy who voices Tom in the announcer for Toonami, which is also find it kind of cool because even though Steve Bloom recently has gone to some really questionable choices, I still love his voice work. Like, mostly I remember Steve Bloom voicing characters like Wolverine most of the time. Like, he has been the recurring role of animated Wolverine since Hulk vs. Wolverine animated movie. But still, Steve Bloom is a really talented voice actor, and he has voiced other characters like I said, he voiced Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop, which I think it was a really good voice choice. And I also heard that the of course, the anime comes with both Japanese and English versions, but I heard that the creator of Cowboy Bebop anime, or basically the manga, says that he actually now, this might be just a rumor, but I heard that he actually prefers the English dub of Cowboy Bebop, and then he prefers his original Japanese version of the anime. And the reason why Cowboy Bebop is so well known and so praised is the fact that the anime, despite it being changed, being voiced in English, the anime itself was never changed. It still had that same aspect ratio. It still had the same tone of the original Japanese version. The music was not changed. Like I said, Toonami was something else other than 4Kids, because 4Kids censorship was really weird, but like I said, I still grew up with the 4Kids versions of animes. Like I said, I have the entire collection, all seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the original anime, and even though people give crap to 4Kids dubbing, I still kind of really enjoy it, because there's some things that even the 4Kids dubbing get away with that you won't expect seeing nowadays, but Toonami was something different. Like, they still attained the original tone of the original animes from Japan. So Toonami was a way to introduce people who are Japanese to Japanese animation anime, and Toonami was a perfect way to do that, to introduce new generation towards Japanese animation. And of course, I did not also grow up with just 4Kids animes. Also, remember, there was a time in my country they actually showed the Studio Ghibli films, and I also, I watched a few of them. Like, I remember watching The Owl's Moving Castle, it was called, I believe. I don't remember the name specifically. And I also remember watching Spirited Away as well. Basically, it's not like I did not fully grow up with anime, but like I said, my anime knowledge is very minimal. So I apologize if I'm really late to the party enjoying Cowboy Bebop. So I turn on my PS3 and I'm gonna slowly enjoying watching Cowboy Bebop for the first time. So I enjoyed this. Like I said, I forgot to mention, like I said, if you look at the animation style, it actually screams 90s aesthetic. Like, you won't see anime animated like this anymore. Nowadays, everything just kind of looks the same, unfortunately. Some people think I'm talking crazy, but it's kind of true, because way too many animes nowadays, especially modern animes, look exactly the same. Like the same bright art style, same facial expressions and stuff like that. Like, there's so many male characters that look exactly like Kirito from Sword Art Online. Like, look completely identical, but still, like I said, and when it comes to 90s anime, each anime had a different and unique art style. Like, for example, Cowboy Bebop has this unique art style that you won't see in like Dragon Ball Z or Sailor Moon. Like, each anime had a different and unique art style, including even the 4Kids versions of the animes, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Digimon, even Beyblade. They still had different art styles that made them recognizable on their own, make each anime recognizable on their own. Like, when you think about Dragon Ball Z, you remember the anime art style, the fight scenes, the screaming. When you think about Cowboy Bebop, you remember this more like these 90s aesthetic art style, unique character designs, like, and I really like that because it makes each studio who work on these animes experiment on different art styles to make these these animated Japanese animated shows look very unique and distinctive in their own unique way. And I really miss that because I remember even when I grew up with Cartoon Network, each cartoon show, mostly American cartoons, more specifically, each show had a unique and different art style. Some cartoons, like for example, my favorite animated show, Teen Titans, was inspired by anime, so you can see a lot of anime inspirations in that show, including Avatar, The Last Airbender. Some people are debating whether it's anime or not, but that is really cool. And some cartoons even had like these horror-themed show aesthetics, art styles. Like for example, Invader Zim. Some even had like more unique, wacky art styles, like Felix, Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat, Ed and Eddie. Rocko's Modern Life, and so many others. And even action shows had different art styles. Like I said, there were so many cartoons that were also anime inspired, but also not. Like mostly the anime inspired cartoons were more geared towards action oriented cartoons, like the original Ben 10 series, the aforementioned Teen Titans, even Samurai Jack even had, despite not having like exactly like anime inspired art style, more like the simplified cartoon style, but still it had some inspirations from Japanese, mostly about samurais and stuff like that. And Samurai Jack is still one of my favorite anime shows next to Teen Titans because it uses visual storytelling, that's something you haven't seen in quite a while in animated shows, and it basically was like Genndy Tartakovsky's magnum opus. It's kind of crazy when he goes from Dexter's Laboratory to Samurai Jack. And I really miss that because nowadays too many animated shows, not just American shows, but even Japanese ones, kind of use the same art style, and I don't really like it because it feels kind of lazy, unimaginative, and kind of like a cheap way to produce stuff without caring about the core audience, or try to do something new and different. Of course, Japan thankfully is not falling for the woke crowd like the American animation, or basically the entire American industry is. But still, I kind of wish we could see more anime kind of like these art styles, like these art styles, like Cowboy Bebop, for example. And that would be really cool if there is still a Japanese studio that still kind of does this, like do different art styles like that. But that's just me. And one of the things, like I know there's different art styles, but I think Demon Slayer is new and unique, but that's just my opinion. But whatever. But still, oh boy, my throat is killing me. But still, this show, I'm gonna watch this show for the very first time, and I hope I will actually enjoy Cowboy Bebop for the first time, because, like I said, I never watched the show, and I hope it's good, because a lot of people say it's a really good show and I should watch it, and some people saying I enjoy the show. So yeah, this is end of my video. And oh yeah, one of my biggest problems is that if you guys don't know, my copy of Cowboy Bebop does not stay closed when I put it horizontally. Basically, when I put it like this, it keeps opening up, which kind of sucks. And the only way it could stay closed down is if I put it like like this, basically. Like, I don't know, I'm not the smartest person around the world, so sometimes I am confused with horizontal and vertical views, basically. Like I said, I'm not the smartest person around, but sometimes I'm probably not the only one who has this confusion with this stuff. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, it did not turn out as short as I imagined. It is 20 minutes, and yeah, what do you guys think about Cowboy Bebop yourselves? Do you like the anime or not? This is the first time, this is actually the very first video on YouTube that I talk about anime, basically. But because I can't do, you know, clips or music, or stuff like that, because of fear of copyright and YouTube striking my videos down, it's kind of risque kind of thing, because my January Rex review got copyright struck, despite the fact that originally it didn't have any problems with copyright, but then later on they're like, no, you put the January Rex music, it's copyrighted. And I'm like, but why? Because I did a review and I wanted to promote the show the way I felt like, and I feel like more people should check it out. Why do you claim the video? Because I made it more interesting. Like, this is why I hate modernization nowadays, because modern stuff is not exactly going on the right path, unfortunately. And I hope it will change soon, but I highly doubt it's going to change anytime soon recently, because things haven't exactly gone well for the entertainment industry, especially for the west side of things. But yeah, hope you guys, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me, leave a like or share this video with others if you feel like it, and like I said, write in the comments what you think. For those who have seen Cowboy Bebop, what you guys think of the anime, and yeah, after this video, I'm gonna, you know, enjoy watching Cowboy Bebop for the first time. So yeah. This is Salmon7 signing off.